Hello, and welcome to episode 6 of PSI Interview. Today, Ghaleon interviews fellow PSI Hope commentator and astonishing controller engineer, SgtTaco. Join us for a chill chat and be wowed by his controller prowess as he plays Dark Souls 3 with a drawing tablet.
Wait! Taco! Do me a
What?
favor!
Oh, you
Wake
want
up the
thing?
mimic.
Ooh, what's the mimic?
Joopy, this is
We're-
by far my
We're gonna
favorite
have
thing.
a 1v1.
It's a 1v1
possibly.
that he has no need to be a part of. He woke up a mimic. There's a demon right there, right?
Uh-huh.
If you get yourself positioned right, that mimic
Ah.
can kill the demon by itself.
Oh,
It's
he's
ter-
aggro.
That's a
Oh, he's
lanky
aggroed.
boy. That's a lanky
Oh,
boy.
baby! Just kicked him in the face.
That's hilarious.
Hey, I see stuff.
You see stuff.
It's magic. It's the drawing tablet.
Hey, I know that person.
Yeah.
No, I just didn't want things to blow up, so it's like I'm gonna have a little plush taco tablet. We're just gonna chill out and play a nice, like, easy, relaxing game.
As it should be.
Yeah.
As it should be. So, man, Taco, thanks so much for taking time out of your day,
Yeah, no
out of your
problem.
super busy year, to come talk with us. Because I distinctly remember that we are literally right at the very end of your availability window.
Yeah. So pretty much. So October
Yeah.
is when I'm available. Everywhere else, my job's like, hey, you're on call now. So we're gonna interrupt you at like 3 a.m. in the morning. Go
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah.
So then
And
it's like, okay, I have to blah.
I remember the
So-
day was, or not the day, sorry, the month of February was like your immediate cutoff to where there's nothing left for you. Like you
Yeah,
are
like-
completely screwed as far as
Yep.
time is concerned.
Yep. So you used to be able to do streaming stuff. COVID came to an end, and then they're like, hey, you know all that free time you have?
It's gone now.
Yeah, it's ours, and it's like, okay.
So anybody that's watching this for the first time, hi, my name is Ghaleon, and I'm going to be interviewing our other commentator, the master, SgtTaco. And as you can clearly see, he is playing Dark Souls right now, Dark Souls 3 specifically, and is doing it in the most unconventional way possible. You want to take a moment, like a small
So
paragraph?
years ago, I was like, hey, I want to learn how to draw. Yeah. So my wife, love her to bits, got me this nice drawing tablet. And I looked up a few guides on how to draw, and somehow I think I followed the wrong guide. I still can't draw, but I can play all Dark Souls games with this thing.
Which he has done during all of our commercial breaks, which has just been a phenomenal time for everybody included. Hearing in the grapevine, it is one of the segments that is much looked forward to. So,
Oh.
this man is hard to pin down and get a hold of.
Yeah,
but
bad.
we've got him. Got him for the next however long. What's going on, man?
I don't know. Everything's just exploding, but we're gonna have a nice little chill conversation.
Yeah,
Right.
always chill. Always
Yeah.
chill. A level of professionalism that is unmatched by all. So I guess we should just get right on started here. What's your full government name?
So that
I'm kidding. I'm completely kidding.
No. So the 16 digits are 5873
Perfect.
444, and then the three funny numbers on the back. I think it's like 378. So,
Hi.
Yeah.
No. What name would you prefer the world to know you as?
Taco is fine.
Taco is
Yeah.
fine. Are you comfortable sharing like your first name or no?
Yeah. I'm Greg. Hi everyone.
You know, you do strike me as a Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Yeah.
I've known a couple Gregs. You're the least problematic of the ones that I know of.
No, people keep pointing at like the Greg meme, where
Mm-hmm.
it's like some just chilled out guy or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, it's you," and it's like, okay, I
Greg is a
guess.
very chill name. But Greg, Taco, awesome. We have been working closely together for the last 3 years now. Were you in the first, I hope?
I wasn't. I was in the second. So
Second.
yeah, Elden Ring came out, and then I met Lucy. Because
Mm.
she ended up rating me, and it's like, "Hey, what do you do?" And then Lucy was like, "Oh, we do this charity stuff. You should check it out." Checked it out and was like, "This is insane. I like
Mm-hmm.
this." And then talked with Negatron, and he's like, "Yeah, sure. We're looking for help everywhere."
We need to give OC a
Absolutely.
raise. She keeps bringing us all in.
Yeah. Man, I say we double her paycheck. Triple even. I mean,
Ah,
if
yeah.
if we're talking about money, then it's only money. So, I'm fully aware that you at one time did stream, but do no
Yeah.
longer. What was it that made you decide to start streaming in the first place? Like everyone has
Uh,
their event that fuels them to pursue it. You
so
certainly hang with us, so
yeah. So
let's
through
figure out where that came from.
university, I was seeing various people take up streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the more, let's say, notable Dark Souls people. Uh, so Lobos Jr. or Lobos Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go.
I know that name.
Tolomeo, Ouroboros. So just very
Brandon.
Brandon. Yeah, Ouroboros, P, so on. Soulbrand is their group.
Yeah.
Um, Basically just various Souls people playing through the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
game. I think older YouTube channels are like Vegeta.
Mm-hmm.
So all of them were people who did sort of challenge run kind of things. Um, and I was like, well, since 2011, I've pretty much only played Dark Souls 1.
Yeah.
Uh, what if I just shared that with people and see where it goes?
Right.
Uh, and then that's where it brought us to this tablet thing. So when I got
Right.
affiliate on Twitch, it was like, I'm good. What if I just did this as a joke? I'm gonna try and beat Dark Souls with this drawing thing that I've been like, I was supposed to have to draw, but apparently we're drawing our way through Dark Souls.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a precedent for that. It's called Okami.
Oh yeah.
A game that is beloved by many. Mirage's Hot Date played before us, which was freaking cool. It's a nice little throwback. So okay. So you were just inspired by the
uh,
early YouTube space.
yeah, the early YouTube space of people doing challenge runs of it,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and being like, "Hey, I'd like to throw my hat in there and see
Hell
what
yeah.
I can do." Then that evolved, uh, where for people who don't know, I was so after I did a few of my runs. So being completely honest, these runs were not meant to be let's say for like charity kind of stuff at the start. It was just,
Sure.
hey, I want to show something cool to people. I've played this game for years, so let's do like cool looking shenanigans things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then after a while, a person reached out to me and they ended up saying like, hey, I have a disability, like I don't have an arm. So are the things that you make capable of being adapted to use for like my condition or whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, because I never thought of it like that way, where it's like, oh, the weird stuff that I make can actually have like a real life use. I just thought, oh, this is a very weird, cool way of doing like playing Dark Souls. I didn't at the time see, oh, this could actually be something.
Right. The
So,
greatest inventions are never made for that intention, by the way.
mm, so from that point, it was like, what if I actually like research into this and see what I can make?
Yeah.
So 3 months after that message, I ended up getting a 3D printer donated
Hot. Hot.
through my chat and some streamers, and since then I've been printing off uh, one of the more common things is a one-handed controller adapter, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
So it attaches onto the controller and lets you play it with just one hand.
Right.
Um, was the most common. And then what I did outside of that was sort of created my own code.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we're dead. Are we? No, we're fine. We're okay.
Um, so that's a really cool. I genuinely was into watching the challenge runs of like Dark Souls and stuff too. Pete Peterson and Ouroboros were the two big ones that I watched more
Yeah.
often than not.
Did
And
you
then Sunlight Blade.
see? Oh yeah, Sunlight Blade. Shoot, I forget what it's called in Dark Souls 1, but they were doing a run that they never finished,
Yes, it
where it's like the
was.
Dark Wraith Covenant thing or what?
It was called the
Uh,
Black Phantom
yeah.
7. Where they were playing New Game Plus 7 with you're permanently Gravelorded.
Yes,
So you
that's
have
good.
all the extra enemies that happen in Gravelording. And I'm pissed that they never finished it. I watched it from start to their continuation. It was such a
Hmm.
good little moment and taught me a lot about like, playing through Dark Souls because I had created a build for the original Dark Souls that I actually put onto one of the forums that did pretty well. I'm not saying I wasn't super into Dark Souls. It's just Dark Souls 3 was the one that like really grabbed me,
Yeah, I
and
think
Demon
the.
Souls, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's like it's just a classic early one that I'm never gonna let go of.
What is your favorite Demon Souls boss?
My favorite Demon Souls boss is the Sky Manta.
Oh, any particular
Yeah,
reason?
just the event of it.
Mm,
Like I've always loved event fights that like have true stakes and like always have like a kind of gimmick. Like Yorm
mm,
from Dark Souls 3 has a similar gimmick.
yep.
Um, and it's Yorm is not my favorite fight. Um, in Dark Souls 3. But it is one of the higher ups that I remember very fondly, and it is for the event style of it.
Mm,
Um, it's not real hard to get into. Uh, you kind of have to learn the event as you're going, and that's where all the difficulty is. Not just like get good. It's like no, look around the arena, like check things out, see what you have at your disposal. And it always stuck out to me. And plus
mm.
the meeting of Patches for the first time
Oh,
and the betrayal of meeting Patches for the first time like is in
actually.
that area.
Mm-hmm.
Like right before the fight. So it was like I kind of got a 2-in-1 for that deal.
Mm.
What about you?
So I
And don't
think
say the man eater because I'll know you're lying. The man eater fucking sucks.
I'm gonna list off. So I think for like theme and stuff, like if you just chill out in boss room, I think is it Made in Estrella? Made in Estrella? So
The one where you got to fight her homie and then hit her
you
once when she
fight. So
dies, right?
the fight is terrible,
Yeah.
but like the atmosphere and everything, it's like wow.
It's the one where she's
Um,
talking to you the whole time, right?
yeah, she's talking to you, and it's like don't do anything because the whole lore behind it is she's like overseeing this village of people who've essentially been oppressed their entire times, and they all have the plague.
Yeah.
So
I know exactly who you're
yeah,
talking about.
yep, she's all in white.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and where I'm walking to now, this is probably my favorite, let's say, reveal or view.
Yeah.
When you come out here for the first time, it's like, no way.
It's
And
Orlando.
no. So I didn't look up there. I didn't see those buttresses. Like even though like you go this way, you watch. So I think my camera was down here, and I was just looking like this. I
Yeah.
didn't look up there.
Yeah.
So once I beat Pontiff and got on the other side and saw those things, I'm like, there's no way. And then you get to the room with the statue, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I know what to do. You punch it, and it's like,
I know where I am. Bro, just this is why I love Dark Souls 3 so much. Like they updated things but brought back some of the best moments. Like going to Orlando and original Dark Souls,
Mm-hmm.
like yes, it was the halfway point, but it literally felt like you were walking to the very end. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it was just so good. And like you get there again and you're just like, oh, I'm in heaven. You know, like just I loved it so much. And then you know, this little sequence, if you're not ready for it, God, terrifying. Yeah, so fuck, man, so good. I apparently I cuss when I'm excited. I don't know. Yeah, as we all know, charity is just plain good for the soul, and there's a lot of obvious reasons to spend some time with our good old pal altruism. But to be completely honest, I'm not interested in your surface stuff. I want to know why doing these charity events is so damn important to you.
So why is it important to me? So I see it sort of as a way of uh let's say giving back in a way, because
Yeah.
I don't, at least in what I do, because I work in let's say advertising and marketing.
Okay.
There's not much room for like just doing more altruistic kind of stuff. It's usually like, how can we get people to do something they wouldn't otherwise do, because that's what advertising is.
Yeah, how do we manipulate somebody
Yeah, yeah,
into
yeah.
liking our product? And it's not bad manipulation, it's manipulation, but it's not bad manipulation in
Yep.
most cases. It's just how do I make this thing appeal to a broader
Hmm.
audience?
Hmm.
See, I went to
Uh,
school.
yeah. So it's pretty much a way of just giving back, no strings attached.
For sure.
I purposely let's say, try to make it as much about either Negatron or whoever else is on at the time, where it's like, hey, this is their charity thing.
Hmm.
I'm just here to provide this like weird, wacky way of doing something. Like, here's some entertainment. Please support the cause.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And I mean that's I mean, on the one hand, um, to pull the curtain back a little bit, being commentary, like it is in the realm of being front and center,
Mm-hmm.
um, for the sake of like giving a face to the organization that you are currently promoting.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a level of like, here is me getting this thing into a condensed way for you to see. So it is mostly on yours and mine's back, being a commentator yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But at the
Well, I
same
say
time,
mostly your back.
no, I mean, look,
uh,
I am nothing if not a reactive soundboard.
yeah.
I mean, to break it down to its brass tacks, I'm only as good as the people I'm talking to.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm left on my own devices, as most of you will remember from my streaming, I did okay, but I turned into like this weird background streamer where like I'll be playing long form for 4 hours, and just talking to the wall, and I have no problem believing that like 85% of the lurkers that I had were in there specifically to sleep. And I wasn't planning on hitting that. I was looking for the engagement, but like I didn't get a lot of engagement. What I got was a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people that just liked watching and liked putting me on in the background while they're doing chores and stuff, which is totally cool. But like in that same vein, I feel I'm more uh oh, what's the word I'm trying to use here? I feel I'm more engaging when I have the proper engagement.
Mm-hmm.
And
So something you can bounce off of.
exactly,
Mm.
exactly. And you're not only are you a great presence on your own, but like I mean, you're a great bounce board as well. Like
Mm.
bouncing off of what you do, your improv skills are on point. Like You're a great commentator.
No. I'm just good at either one, coming up with the weirdest, just why would you ask that kind of question type of thing. Just asking a question like, so if you
Yeah.
had a pet fish named Charlie, how much food would you give Charlie on like a Saturday at like 4 p.m.?
You see, and it's that level of specificity. I almost said that word the first time correctly. It's that level of specificity that allows people to be just the right amount of distracted, maybe laugh a little bit, and it's right up my alley. Like I'm an absurdist. I love all things randomosity. Like there was this comedian that my mom and I still quote to this day, where somebody will be yelling at him and he'll just turn to him, look him dead in the face with a completely dry expression and say, "How am I supposed to eat my soup without an envelope?"
Yeah.
It's just,
I wish you could have
okay.
seen the look on my face.
Wait, do you eat soup with envelopes?
Like,
Like,
what?
are you the one they're talking about?
Did it hit a little close to home, or was it
No, I
just the right level of
what? Huh? I am working on stuff while I'm sitting here listening, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah, I live for the what and groan. As they realize that they have been bamboozled into following a thought trail that they did not place themselves. It's one of my favorite things in the whole world. But I digress. My point is, it's right up my alley. It's great stuff, and shaking up the established order speaks to the chaos gremlin within. So you're banging on all cylinders, man. I'm here for it. Was PSI Hope your way of getting into charity? Like you had aspirations to get into charity before that, and this was your moment, or was it more something else about our team that caught your eye? And it's okay for you to be honest. Nobody's feelings are gonna get hurt if you just say it's because of me.
Well, no, it was definitely because of Gally. Like I
See?
came in, he was playing Skyrim at the time, and we started off pretty rocky. Okay, I asked a question. I was like, "Why are you playing Skyrim?" How it was taken was, "Why are you playing Skyrim? It's such a bad game." Blah blah blah. How I meant it was, what made you decide to play Skyrim all of a sudden? Because I get random urges where it's like, oh, I want to play Minecraft randomly, and then 8 months later, it's like, I haven't played Skyrim. I
I'm
need to do
feeling
a
hella
playthrough.
called out right now.
No, that's
I'm
like,
gonna be
no,
completely
I
honest
felt
with you.
so terrible because it's like I didn't Ghaleon, someone I've never met. We're on the so this is right before PSI Hope, so we've almost never interacted, and I'm like, I just want to be his friend, and I've asked one question, and I've very screwed it up. No,
Like I'm gonna be completely real with you, okay? The only reason that I took it as, oh, why would you play this game, is because I have feelings like that towards Skyrim as well. Like when I had originally decided to start playing Skyrim, I had the thought in the back of my head, like, but why am I gonna play this fucking game? Like, I don't. It's not that I don't like Skyrim. I do like Skyrim. I just prefer Oblivion, and Oblivion is, in my opinion, so far superior. If I had access to the access that I do now, I would have been playing Oblivion instead of Skyrim, because Skyrim is poo-poo in comparison.
Agreed.
So when I have somebody that I've never met before coming in and asking me, having the audacity to ask me that question in that specific way, and I mean, to be fair, your text was very abrasive.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
You hit me with a question mark.
No, I put in the emojis where it's like there's a knife and everything. It's like, why are you playing Skyrim?
Right. Like I was defensive merely because of how defensive I was about putting it up in the first place. I don't want to play Skyrim. I want to play Oblivion, but I guess I have to. No, but legitimately, I do apologize if I came off any type of way.
No, because after that, like, I think after you saw, like, oh, he's actually just hanging out. Okay.
You're
Then,
genuinely interested in the answer. Got it.
Yeah.
And I think I might have been like getting like trolled by my mods or something around
Yeah,
that time
maybe.
too, because my mods were fucking mean.
I don't know about you, but I also go on like the defensive anytime I see the words first time chatter.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm automatically
yeah,
like, what do I need to be ready for? Hopefully something good and an amazing community member, but you just never know. So you're always like
Mm-hmm.
extra analyzing everything they say. So that probably didn't help.
yeah. It's like, look here. All right, you're new. Let me tell you how it's like on my block. We actually play with blocks. I'm going to be playing Minecraft in another couple days. No, so what was it about Sci Hope that like made you just like want to get
So
involved?
I don't know how to. So when you have sort of that feeling where it's like I'm
I've had
most.
feelings.
Yeah, you've had feeling.
Sorry, go ahead. It was too easy. I'm
uh,
sorry. Go ahead.
where it's like I just want to help people, but I
Yeah,
don't know how to do it.
yeah,
Sci Hope gave that kind of outlet where it's like I'm I I play video games. How can I use that in a way that's helpful? And then when Negatron came by and explained everything, it's like, oh, I can provide entertainment playing this thing as I'm about to get shot. And it ends up helping
nah, you're
people where
fine.
it's like, uh, here I can provide entertainment. People are like, oh hey, I want to support this thing. Bada bing, bada boom. We get to I love you 3000
Yeah,
magic.
man,
Uh,
I straight up cried.
I'd say we were
I'm
all
not even
pretty
gonna lie.
much in tears. It was pretty awesome.
I straight up cried. Man, that was such a wonderful, stupid fucking meme. Like so stupid. And like looking back on it, it was such a. I had such big britches, you know.
big britches.
And then we hit it, and I it's not that I thought we wouldn't. It was more just like it had been so hyped up, you know.
You
And
didn't know what to do when
it
we got there.
no, absolutely not. It broke my brain. Um, and again, like I was looking at the numbers, I was like, I know we're gonna hit it. It's just a
Mm.
matter of when. And I wasn't fully expecting it to hit when it did, and it just getting wistful. So in all seriousness, yeah, no, it's really cool that you were able to join the team when you did.
Mm.
It boosted our production like resource of like cool shit that we could bring,
Mm.
and just elevated it to such a degree. Like it is baffling to see like Michael Reeves level chaoticness in controllers. And I love Michael Reeves. Like I watch all of his videos, and
Mm.
it's in that same vein for me. So it's like kind of talking to a celebrity. It's really cool. It's really cool.
No, I
Not to
keep
oversell in any way. It
no, I
is
keep getting told that, and
incredible.
it's like I just like playing Dark Souls.
Yeah,
So
no,
it
you
it
like
hasn't.
playing Dark Souls with
Yeah,
things that should not be played Dark
yeah.
Souls on. Let me grab a paper
Uh,
plate and play Oblivion for an hour. How do I
uh,
do that?
I have
I
Oblivion
I
installed right now. I'll get a paper
so do
plate if
I.
you want.
So, no, I'm just saying,
uh,
like in my little mind, the one that tries so hard to comprehend, I know my way around a controller to the point where I could tell you where the buttons are.
mm,
I could tell you what the sticks do, and the D-pad sometimes works.
mm,
That's about the extent.
yeah.
And now I'm talking to somebody who saw a drawing tablet and went, "Hey, there's buttons on this. There's gestures. I'm just gonna make a controller and play a game and beat it."
Yeah.
Like that is so far out of the realm of my
Oh.
expertise. And I know I know I'm not just speaking for myself. That
Mm,
is
mm.
everyone else.
I,
You're this, and then there's everyone else.
now I have a little announcement to make. Ghaleon, you were probably the biggest pushing force behind this. So since I moved to the UK,
Hmm.
I've never had a controller. I
Yeah.
had a keyboard and I had a mouse, and then everything else I made myself.
Yeah.
I've gone and got a brand new controller just for
Woohoo!
you. So we can now actually play games.
Not this weird fever dream that we've
Yeah,
all
yeah.
been locked
Screw
in.
this now. We're not playing this anymore.
Well, that's very
So,
cool, man. I'm glad that PSI Hope was
was able
around
to
to be able
push.
to pull you in.
No, but no. So, for people listening, like, there's Ghaleon, Perry Queen Lisi, Commander Jew, Negatron, Blood Moon, just SgtTaco, tons and tons of people. Everyone's talented in their own way.
Mhm.
So it's like, yeah, sure, I do weird controller things, and people are like, "Oh my god, that's insane!" But it's like you need to see like the what everyone else can do. Like
Mm.
everyone brings their own like special sort of something to it, and it's like it's just a cool, well-rounded group. Let's say.
There is such a thing as being too humble.
Uh,
But that's awesome, man. I'm glad that PSI Hope was able to open its doors to you and get you into the charity market, as we all are doing extremely well in. Juke, do you have the numbers on hand by chance?
Oh, I can get them.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and look that up. We'll go ahead and move on to the next question. There's a thought there.
uh,
But genuinely, like, I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one that knows this. But are you single? And can we change that for you?
I am happily married,
That's a
as
shame.
my ring finger.
So real question, and this is serious time, all right?
Hmm.
Being a commentator with PSI Hope is pretty special thing.
Hmm.
Seeing how it's beginning to grow and accomplish great things in this space, my question is, and you may answer however you like, what is it about our events that you take home with you when it's all said and done?
Um, what do I take home when it's all said and done? Okay. Here. So, what I like seeing, or from Souls games and whatnot, is so imagine you play it for the very first time.
Right,
Once you do something and you beat it for that very first time, or you see something or you experience it, you can never get that back.
right.
But what you can sort of what's the word? Shoot.
You got it.
I don't think it's empathy, but it's like
Sympathize.
feeling what someone else feels.
Sympathize.
Um
Or no,
I
actually,
guess
empathize is the correct word.
yeah,
Sympathy is when you can't meet them where they are, but you still feel something.
yeah.
Empathy
So
is you actually feel what they feel.
yes. So getting the feeling of experiencing something brand new through someone else. So like the
Hmm.
various people who go. So I think SgtTaco was his first time ever playing Dark
Yeah,
Souls 1. So
yeah,
seeing how he approached everything, and it's like I was in that same position. This is it's so cool to see. And then the
yeah.
excitement and everything whenever he did something, it's like yes.
So
So it's
your
like
your takeaway is
it,
the nostalgia for a time long past.
yes.
Gotcha.
Um, and I think I have a quote. There's nothing like returning to a place yeah, there's nothing like returning to a place unchanged and seeing the ways you have changed. So
Yeah,
Dark Souls never changes. It's always the same. But what I'm able to do now versus where I was in the past, it's like just miles different. And
yeah.
then being able to relive like those initial uh moments through other people, it's like the
Right.
I really like this feeling.
No, for
Yeah.
sure, absolutely. To go off on a little tangent about Dark Souls 1, that build that I was talking about, it was based on a uh, roleplay character that I had from years ago, and I managed to create him damn near perfect with everything that he was able to do. Only it only could work in Dark Souls.
Mm.
It was great for PvE and PvP. And I wish I was recording it back in the day, because I remember very vividly. It was in the very beginning of the game, for my second playthrough. I had all of my gear: Baldur's Side sword, Grass Crest shield. No, actually, it was the Dark Hand.
Mm.
Dark Hand and Witch's clothes, looking freaking dope.
Mm.
And I got attacked by a invader that was low level trolling,
Yeah.
and I ended up summoning like 2 other people, and they basically were not. It wasn't that they were carrying me.
Mm-hmm.
I held my own in this fight as well. This is back when I had any degree of skill in PvP. And I remember that I had built this character to be able to use throwing knives,
Mm-hmm.
but in Dark Souls 1, throwing knives are just god awful.
The 3 damage that they did.
Yeah, and actually it was 30.
Oh, better. 10 times, like 10 times the damage. They buffed them.
They scale. And I made my build specifically around scaling, dex based, because I'm a dex user. I don't admit that readily. But I remember very, very, very vividly. It was back behind the cathedral before you go to the Bell Gargoyles, and he started to retreat up the little side wall where you fight the Baldur Knights.
Mm-hmm.
And he was retreating back there, and I had a white and a blue that were just chasing him down. And I got up to where I had line of sight, and I just timed it perfectly, right as he was about to drink an Estus, and I hit him with the throwing knife and killed him. It was the first PvP kill I had ever gotten with that build, and it was with a throwing knife of all things. And I wish I had it recorded, but like the amount of like pure elation that came from that, just like toiling away at this balls to the wall hard game. I felt I felt better than I had ever felt. And then going back and watching like first run of Dark Souls, or like random speedrunner plays Dark Souls for the first time, like just it always brings me back to that place of like, man, there was a time I used to be really good. I remember this. I remember all these things. And it's just it takes me back. There's something special about Dark Souls in general.
Mm.
What was it about Dark Souls that like latched onto you as hard as it did?
It was just a case of like timing. Ouch,
Okay.
shoot. So I was in university,
Yeah.
and probably the. Ouch. Hi.
Uh-oh.
It's fine. This is fine.
It's
Probably
just the
the.
dancer. One of the
Yeah,
most
it's just the
frustrating
dancer.
bosses of all time.
Like 1, 2, 3,
She's so
4,
damn
5,
frustrating. I
6,
hate her.
7.
Slap that butt.
I'm dead. Don't touch the butt. Don't touch the butt. Bad advice. Bad advice. Terrible advice. um. So no, 2011 came around. I
Yeah,
didn't get Dark Souls on release. Um,
I did.
was the first year of university.
Mhm.
I think it released in like September or something. So saw a bunch of people saying, "Oh, this game's so amazing," blah blah blah. I got it in November, so this is my first semester of university. So it's like,
Mhm.
oh, I need to like be good at it, blah blah blah, or good at my studies. So I played it, got lost, looked up a guide on where the heck to go. Turns out the Capper Demon was where I needed to go.
Oh.
Played it a while, beat the Capper Demon, went to the depths, and turned off the. Oh wait, no! I kept going.
Mhm.
I had the Drake sword, And for people who don't know, that's sort of like a noob trap, because if you get it, you have this really, really powerful weapon, but there's no way to upgrade it.
Yeah.
So you never learn how good upgrading is.
Yeah.
So I ended up going from the Drake Sword into the Lightning Spear, and
Mm.
found Ornstein and Smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them's very resistant to lightning. So
Mm-hmm.
I had an unupgraded Lightning Spear. I had no knowledge of the game, and I ended up quitting for a year. Uh, and then, so the university stuff continued.
Yeah.
I did pretty good my first semester. The second semester, let's say, had an incident. Then took summer courses, had another incident, and the school's software had, let's say, made an error according to their end.
Okay.
I got a letter that said I was expelled.
Oh.
That letter went to my father.
Oh.
So I was in very, 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 very big trouble.
Sure.
And basically, so I'm living alone
Mm-hmm.
in a state I don't belong in. Or, yeah, I'm living
Yeah.
outside of the home. I'm alone. I've just gotten a letter that basically said, like, I've, let's say, failed at what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
And my parents are now breathing down my neck saying, like, what is wrong with you or something.
Yeah.
So,
That thing that parents do, right?
yeah. So, luckily, it was a letter sent in error. I wasn't expelled or anything. It was just saying a warning, like, "Hey, is something going wrong? Do you need support?" But instead, it was, "Yeah, you're kicked out of the school." And it's like, maybe you should like read the letters that you're sending to people first.
Right. Right. I mean, this.
Uh,
You do realize that if my parents went to jail for murder, this wouldn't get them off.
yeah.
Oh, whoops! That's not how that works in the greater justice system.
So yeah, I had a extremely low point, and Dark Souls 1 was sort of like, for one, it was an escape, but when I was going back to it, I restarted the game.
Mhm.
Um, and I think the word's called self-efficacy.
Mhm.
So you're seeing yourself improve at something.
Yeah.
So getting good at Dark Souls, which yes, it's a video game, whatever. That was
Oh, we
sort of
make no
like
distinctions here.
that was sort of like having little small victories where it's like I can actually do something. This letter that the school sent me. So that's the other bad thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know. So yes, I was still in courses. They didn't apologize for a year later. So what we thought was, oh, I'm expelled, but they're making an exception. I just have to like prove that I'm not gonna mess up or something. But it's like, no, they messed up and didn't tell me for a year. So for that whole year,
Wow.
I thought like I'm just terrible.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, ugh.
Year of mental strain. Yeah, let's go. Break my brain, please, university.
If you could go into any field, and
Yeah.
let's say that you had infinite wealth or whatnot, like what would you choose to do if you could do anything without needing to worry about the financial situation?
So it's funny. I would have answered this very differently. About 2 years ago. Um, so ultimately, what I see myself being good at, and time and resources not being a disqualifier. Um, Legitimately, I probably would go back to school to become a full licensed therapist. Do you have any questions for me or Jupe that you haven't already asked that you would like further information on?
Hmm. Actually, I don't know
Oh,
if
hey
I've ever
Jupe,
heard.
what was that
Yeah.
number?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh.
So, across 11 campaigns, We as a group have raised $10,799.38,
Damn right we have.
which averages us $981.76 per campaign.
Damn heckin' right. Okay, you were saying?
So no, this was going to be a question for Juke because I don't. Let's say he talked that much during the events. Not calling you out or anything, but what got you into PSI Hope?
Oh,
Well, I did certainly have an interview with Jupe coming soon.
So we can't have those questions right now. We gotta keep it under wraps.
We
So
can
did you?
spoil it. I mean,
I mean, get into it. I'll just go way more into it at mine.
yeah.
Okay, so if you had a
So,
pet fish named Charlie,
oh god, oh god, oh
That's definitely not dead and floating at the top of the
no,
fish bowl.
I can't keep care fish to save my life. It will be dead before the question's done. I'm great with pets, not fish.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about fish, but
Fish and
they're
plants.
determined to die. No matter what you do, they're determined to die.
We even those Picassomuses. They're supposed to be really easy to keep.
I sure fucking do.
Every single one of mine has died. I gave up after the second one. I gave up. I was like, no,
Yeah,
I can't watch any
yeah,
more of these beautiful boys die on me.
yeah. No, they're troopers.
Yep.
They put up with a lot of hell.
Yeah, that's how bad at fish I am. So I just
Yeah,
no.
yeah, for sure. No, yeah. Go ahead
Uh,
and tease us with the short answer.
the basic short answer is Negatron was so genuine. I felt I could trust him immediately in a
Mm.
way that I was not even remotely scared to put my time and effort into this.
Yeah, I didn't get that. No, I'm just kidding.
That Negatron
I'm
guy
just,
is shifty.
I mean, he's got that eye thing that he does, and those ears and that nose. I mean, it's just like every other man.
Oh my god. Seriously though, I have extreme social anxiety, extreme.
Yeah.
So
mm,
when he was like, and I always want to do charity, and he was just like, yeah, we really care about this, and we're super chill here, and I was like, I believe you. So I'll
Why
take
do I?
this chance.
Yeah. It's something about the way you just said chill. It's like you used all the letters. No,
correct order and everything, like it formed a word.
no.
Right?
Honestly, he does. He does bring a level of like. It's like that level of professionalism that I strive for, but I know I'm gonna be the one that shoots it in the leg.
Mm.
I'm gonna start off super professional, and then halfway through, I'm just gonna hit you with a rock hard misdirection. Um, on purpose. It's one of my favorite things to do. But me talking with him, there was an official air to just the conversation that we had when we started talking. Me and Negatron originally. So I totally get that.
Mhm.
There's that professionalism thing that he brings. That's really cool. Yeah, Jupe, do you have any questions that I may have missed for our robotics expert over here? This wires expert?
Wires.
I guess what do you do you want to see anything come of this, or are you happy where it is with
Uh,
just being fun?
come with my controller
Yeah,
things,
yeah, with the
or
controller
yeah.
stuff.
So not right now because my current job's sort of going in a nice upward like direction. Let's say I got promoted recently, so
Hey, congratulations.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
thank
awesome.
you. More responsibility.
Of course.
But so I'm 30 now, within my 30s, and what I'm thinking is do my career stuff during the 30s, and then when I'm around 40 or somewhere in there, where it's I'm an old man.
Jesus.
40's not old, but it's like what basically
Just give
midlife
me a
Just as
moment.
I
I gotta
wither
go pull
away.
the. I gotta go pull my gray hairs out of my beard real
Oh
quick.
god.
Just
So my midlife crisis would be going full out with this controller stuff and turning that into a business where it's like I just want to do this because it's helpful to people and I get enjoyment from like tinkering with it.
yeah.
So that's where long term. So I've gotten a little taste of it now because with COVID and various like work shutting down, I get like a snippet of that free time where it's like, oh, I can pursue this tiny thing or
Hmm.
pursue this thing and actually see like I have a passion for this. Um, but right now isn't the best time for that because of let's say the situation I'm in where it's like I'll focus on my career and then do this sort of passion stuff in my free time now and go really hard on it later in the future.
Right. Right.
Because luckily it's not like so let's say you're really good at sports and so on. There's sort of a time limit there. You kind of have to do it sooner rather than later, but this it's a lot more of a mental kind of thing.
And
So,
genuinely, like
mhm,
waiting, like any amount of waiting that you do, the technology that you have
yeah.
access to is only gonna get stronger.
Hmm.
Like it is, unless we get blasted back to the Stone Age, which could very well happen.
Oh no.
Um,
Well, then we won't really have to worry about controllers at that point, I don't think.
no, I mean we'll go back to the classic game of cup and balls.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
I'll make the best cup and ball controller you ever did see.
oh, I can't wait. So getting the ball into the cup, that's how you press the A button. It takes a little
Oh.
practice.
Oh my gosh.
No, but like the trajectory of what you're getting is only gonna get better with
Hmm.
age. Like the efficiency alone. I mean, like
Yeah.
how
No,
fast
because
did we get rid of like flip phones only to come back because we like the design? Well, SgtTaco,
oh,
thank you so much for hanging out with us and
thank you for having me.
letting me prod your mind. I really appreciate it. Uh, that's an episode. Woo!
Yeah.
Hell yeah.